The Juggernaut. The Pugilistic Terramancer. This is Atlas, the rock Warframe. Atlas is a heavy-hitting juggernaut. He specializes in hitting things really, really hard in the face. Atlas's passive gives him immunity to knockdown effects while standing. These effects can be really, really good, especially because Atlas's playstyle is very ground-oriented, so you're not going to be in the air as often with him. Enveloping his fists in solid rock, Landslide is Atlas's pseudo-exalted weapon, being fully moddable. Atlas charges towards enemies within range, crashing into an enemy and dealing damage to them with each hit. Each strike adds to Landslide's combo meter, dealing more damage at each tier. Enemies nearby the target are also struck by a shockwave, dealing impact damage. Landslide is what makes Atlas, Atlas. It hits hard and makes him feel like the unstoppable force and immovable object. Ripping the earth from the ground, Tectonics creates a wall of rock that blocks enemy fire. The wall draws an amount of enemy fire and reflects a portion of that damage it takes back at nearby enemies as slash damage. Activating Tectonics again will cause the wall to crush into a boulder that rolls forward and crushes enemies, dealing impact damage and exploding after either its full roll is up or it impacts something, dealing puncture damage to nearby enemies. Enemies hit by the boulder will also be ragdolled when hit. Good for getting a small chance to breathe. Gazing into the eyes of his enemies, Petrify freezes Atlas's foes in solid rock for the duration. Petrified enemies become unable to act in any way, and gain 50% more damage vulnerability. Enemies that are petrified will drop rubble upon death, with increased value if killed by Landslide. Whenever Atlas picks up rubble, he recovers health when below full, or gains temporary armor if he has full health, up to 1,500 armor. This amount is visible at the bottom right above Atlas's energy. Casting Petrify on the wall created by Tectonics will petrify it, giving it increased velocity and rolling damage. Petrify is a good way to free up some space, while also increasing the amount of damage that he deals with his other abilities. It's not the greatest way to stop enemies, nor the greatest to increase damage to enemies, but for what it is, it's nice. Drawing upon the strength of the earth, Atlas calls in backup with rumblers. Atlas creates 2 stone golems that act independently and strike in melee range, dealing impact damage and staggering enemies, or occasionally dealing impact damage at range by throwing rocks. Casting rumblers near an enemy can petrify them for a short period of time. Reactivating rumblers will detonate them, dealing blast damage to nearby enemies. Seems kinda sad to blow up your friends for a little bit of extra damage, but I guess they are just rocks. Atlas can be a very fun way to play a pugilistic, slow, and heavy Warframe. Also, it's really funny that his rumblers just chuck rocks. At rank 30, Atlas has 370 HP, 370 shields, 475 armor, and 225 energy. He has a Matter Eye Aura slot, along with 1 Matter Eye, 1 Vazarin, and 1 Nerimon Polarity. Atlas Prime has an additional 280 HP, 185 shields, 125 armor, and 40 energy, along with an additional Matter-Eye polarity. Atlas's main blueprint is awarded at the end of the quest the Joris Preset, while his parts are given from the Joris Golem assassination on Eris after completion of the quest. When modding Atlas, my suggestion is to focus on survivability and ability strength. Duration is a stat that you can pretty much ignore with Atlas, because Petrify and Rumblers both have such long durations that it really doesn't end up mattering in the end, whether you add a duration or not. Adding mods like Vitality, which increases health, and Steel Fiber, which increases armor, will help him last a lot longer, because there's such high stats on him already. Streamline will make him able to use his abilities more often, which, since you're going to be wanting to cast Landslide so often, it'll help him out a lot. Intensify will make his abilities hit harder, and Stretch will increase its range. However, if you don't mind Atlas's base range, you could always add another mod that adds increased health and/or armor. Now let's see Atlas in action one last time. You are a landslide, Tenno. Bury them.